my voice. Hi guys! So, welcome to our new, not a reading, our educational, how do I say, our series about twin flames. And you guys know that I already dropped 2 of the videos. Please check them out. They are in my playlist under the Twin Flame series, where we have a talk about twin flames and I share a little bit of my wisdom with you. Please know that everything that I experienced until now, that is everything what is going into this talk. So what I haven't experienced, of course, I cannot talk about this. And since this is a topic that is very controversial and that is very individual, you know, because it depends on your experience on your spiritual experience that you do in life. This could be different, you know, for everyone. It means that you could completely disagree with what I'm telling you about twin flames because you completely have a totally different experience being a twin flame, okay? But there are certain things which determine what is a twin flame. That is, of course, the same for every twin flame. So you can check out my other 2 readings that I already did about twin flames. So this is part 3. And today we're talking about, how do I call it? Let's call it marrying a twin flame. I shorten it to TF. Marrying a twin flame if you're not a twin flame. Okay, how is it to marry a twin flame? And we're gonna answer the question, why does everyone wants to be a twin flame? Why do the real twin flames sometimes don't want to be a twin flame, you know? Because for us, twin flames, it's not that easy, you know? Once you accepted the path, it's fun. But you have to get to the point where you accept the journey. And this is not an easy one. And I needed some years for that too. I'm on this journey since 2017, so it's been 4 years now. Like in August, it's getting 4 years. So I'm accepting my fate. I accepted it. I'm happy. And I'm happy with my life circumstances, how everything is at the moment. And that's fine, you know. But if you're not accepting it, if you're fighting against it, it's very hard to be a twin flame. That's why if you hear many twin flames talking about being in the twin flame journey, it's very hard for them, you know. And so sometimes a lot of twin flames say, I wish I would not be a twin flame. And all the ones who are not twin flames, they want to be one, because the whole twin flame concept is not every time, but a lot of times explained in a like romantic fairy tale light, which is what is actually, it is not, you know. So I want to shed some light into marrying a twin flame, but not if you're a twin flame. If you are not this twin flame. So you ask me, why do I speak about this topic? Yeah, because this happens to a lot of people. You know, you could be marrying a twin flame, a person who is actually a twin flame, but it's not you. You know, I mean, the ultimate thing would be a twin flame marrying a twin flame. That's what it's on the internet. It's called coming into a 3D union in 3D. That's what every twin flame strives for, even if they don't know that they are a twin flame, because we're also having the unawakened twin flames. Not every twin flame couple, like both of them, are awakened, okay? Usually, or in many cases, only the divine feminine, the feminine energy of the twin flame is awakened. And that's why a lot of times divine masculines are awakening through the journey when they're already married, or you know what I mean, like they're awakening later in life, like a lot later than divine feminine energy. So, but let's structure it. I don't want to talk like chaotic like everywhere here. So the topic of today that we're talking about, that I want to do this talk, is about marrying a twin flame if you are not a twin flame. So why did I choose marrying? Because I could also call it being in a relationship, in a committed relationship with a twin flame. But I wanted to stress it. I wanted to go further, because marrying a twin flame is a very strong commitment. You know, if you marry, you're married. So, and I usually speak to the people who want to marry, I mean, you want to marry only once in your life, right? We all want to only marry once in our lifetime. We don't want to marry, like if we marry, we don't say, oh yeah, this will be my first husband and maybe I'm going to marry twice or 3 times in my life. No, if you're going to marry, this is your one. So marrying means committing to a person. I could also say be in a long-term relationship with a person that's actually a twin flame. So there could be 2 scenarios. We have the awakened twin flame and we have the unawakened one, which mostly unawakened. Talking and writing is hard. Awakened twin and unawakened twin. Okay, so as you know, a twin flame consists of 2 parts, a masculine energy, a feminine energy. These parts could be vice versa, like the female could be the masculine energy, the male could be the feminine energy, you know, it could also be the same sex, yeah, this is also possible. So one of the twins is in masculine energy, the other one is in feminine energy, but it's always yin and yang. It's not yang yang or yin yin. Just want to make this clear. So it's also yin and yang. Probably all of you know that. So I also want to talk about this topic because a lot of you want to marry my twin, you know, so that's why I said, okay, you all want to marry my twin flame. Come on, I show you what it will be like, you know. That's like Purple's revenge. No, it's not. I'm just joking, you know. So, marrying a twin flame, if you have an unawakened twin, it's much more possible, yeah. Like saying the unawakened twin doesn't know that he or she is a twin flame, so it's usually, let's say the unawakened twin is like 99% masculine energy. Yeah, we're not talking about we're not talking, and this is the awakening, is like almost 99% of all feminines are feminines. So feminines, I hope I wrote it right. Yeah, like 99% of the awakened twins are divine feminines. 99% of, well, let's not say that much, because a lot of masculines are awakened. Let's go down. I don't think nowadays, because they're all awakening earlier. I don't have the numbers. I'm just guessing numbers what I think would be real, you know. I'm not, please know these numbers are not in any circumstances filtered or made, you know, from something. It's just an assumption. Okay, just want to say this. Yeah, let's say 80%, 70-80% of the divine masculines are awakened, you know. Then we also have to divide, when is this happening, you know, when are you marrying a twin flame. So let's talk about the awakened twin, which is usually the divine feminine energy. It could be a male or could be a female, you know. The awakened twin is awakened. They know that they are a twin flame. The moment they are awakened, the whole life is changing. Like, you would know if you are a twin flame, like your whole life is turning 180 degrees. So you are slowly learning to get accommodated to the process. Yeah, you're finally see why all your relationships in the past have not worked out. That's because you're a twin flame, you know. I just want to say this. And many of you, you know, were wondering, well, you know, usually the feminines awaken first and they asked themselves the question, because if you're unawakened, you ask yourself this question: why do my relationships never work out? What is wrong with me? Those are typical questions you ask yourself as a twin flame. Why is everything breaking apart? Why do I not have a relationship that it's working properly? You know, and it's not about the psychology of these narcissistic or dominant or subordinate behavior patterns, you know, that you have. Of course, this could be one part why your relationships don't work out for people. But if you are a twin flame, if you know 100% you are a twin flame, your relationships won't work out. That's because you are a twin flame, you know. I just want to say this because many of you think a twin flame can just, you know, go on and like marry anyone they want. No. Okay. So if you awaken to the journey, it's like when you realize, oh my gosh, now I know, now I understand why all these relationships don't function, because I'm the other half of a person. You know, a twin flame is yin and yang, they belong together. So there is one soul energy, and I don't call it, I don't want to call it one soul, because people always imagine one soul to be one person. No, it's like one soul energy, you know. How can I draw this? Like one cloud of soul energy, I shorten it, soul energy, and like going to two people. The masculine and the feminine energy, okay? And my drawings. Oh my gosh, you guys probably laugh with me. Well, that's fine. So there's the soul energy that both of them share, you know? And if one of the people, like one of the twins, awakens, it's like they realize, okay, they are part of this other person on earth, you know? It could be, as I said before, that the soul energy you share with a person that is not even incarnated. So it doesn't have to be that the other person is incarnated. It could also be that the other person is still in 5D supporting you from the other realms. This is also a possibility. Or the person is already gone, moved on, you know. So you are alone in 3D. This is also possible, you know. But then this is not an unawakened twin. This is then an awakened twin, because that twin is not in 3D. So you have a higher self of them, which is always awakened, of course. You understand? So I'm talking here not about these two things, because you couldn't marry a twin flame that's like in the 5D, you know. So I'm talking about in 3D. So we're not talking about marrying a twin flame in 5D, because there you are already married to your twin flame. That's how I see it, you know. Like the union is always there. The union is there. So if you imagine this union, like I do it like a circle, because for me it's like a circle. The union is always there, even if one twin is unawakened, the other one is awakened, even if both are awakened. I've never seen a twin flame journey where one is not awakened, but there could be that, of course, you know, they are incarnated, they're very young, and they awaken, both of them awaken later. Of course, this could be, you know, but then you wouldn't watch my channel. You would not be spiritual, you know, because usually, guys, what I realized in talking also to other twin flames is the feminine who awakens first is usually has nothing to do with spirituality before. It's like boom, like I always compare it to the tower energy, where that lightning flash hits you, and then suddenly you watch all these tarot readings, you know, suddenly you are interested in spirituality. Sometimes suddenly your whole world turns around. That's how I usually see a twin flame, because there has to be this big shift. It's very seldom that you are spiritual, you are not a twin flame, and then you suddenly realize you are a twin flame now. Maybe you were already a twin flame and you're awakening and it makes sense. Maybe it could be, but you know, those are things I have not experienced, and so I cannot talk about this. It could be, of course. I don't want to say those things don't exist, because it's just in my case, I don't have experienced this. I have not talked to other twin flames that had this. Okay, so if you are the awakened twin, let's talk about the feminine. So most of you probably watch my readings and you are a twin flame. Please know that twin flames are very rare on this earth, you know. A lot of you think you are a twin flame, but actually you are just spiritual and you have the urge to be a twin flame. Sometimes I don't know why people have the urge to be a twin flame. Maybe because you think yeah, it could be, you know, in the case of our let's say, for like, if in the case of the famous twin flames, you know, because I can speak of that. I'm part of a famous twin flame. So of course a lot of people want to be the twin flame because it's romanticized. It's not said how it really is. So a lot of people strive to be a twin flame. But actually if they were, it would be not fun. No fun. I remember Hobie, like, no fun in the beginning, you know, because, you know, you awaken, you realize, oh my gosh, now I know why every one of my other relationships didn't work out. So then we have the twin flames that have met because there is a difference, and the ones that don't know each other, like us with the famous twin. Don't know each other. Okay. Oh, why did oh my gosh. So I hope you can see it. I don't know why I'm writing this, but I think it's better to understand the whole thing. So if you have met and it's not your fake one, because usually when you have a famous twin, you usually meet the fake one before, but you realize that, please watch my readings about this. Not my readings, also my talk. I have a talk about this in part 2 or part 1. I talk about this also with the fake twin. If you're interested in that, please watch all my readings or my talk. Please watch all my talk about twin flame. Okay. So the ones that have met, it's like they know they are a twin flame of that person. It's like you feel it. If people ask me, well, how do you determine that you are a twin flame? Well, if you have met that person in 3D, and you have been with them in a relationship, you know it's your twin flame. It's just, there is no other way you can say this. You know if you are a twin flame. If you have been, if you have touched each other, if you've looked into each other's eyes, you're very sure about that. I don't have to talk about this. It could be that the universe is masking it as the false twin, but then it's this runner-chaser toxic relationship, and you know it immediately that this could not be your real twin because your real twin loves you without conditions, okay? So if you have met, you know exactly who is your one, your other half, yeah? But because of this, of the learning process that twin flame have to undergo, it's like the universe takes out your twin flame out of your life all the time. It's like once you come into union, sometimes, you know, I told you that the universe has to separate people in order for you to learn different tasks. So it's like a twin flame has to go different ways, have to go different paths during their process in order to get into their life task. Because the main reason for a twin flame to be on Earth, incarnated together, which is very, very rare, guys. We're talking about 20% of all the population, maybe even less, maybe 10%. So now you can imagine why not everyone is a twin flame and why it is romanticized, because it's very seldom. Yeah. And twin flames incarnate together because the energy pool is so high vibrating, you know, this is an energy pool, it's in 5D that both of the twins can have access to. With that energy that sums up lifetimes of process of working on each other, you know, of working with each other. This energy helps the Earth to, with both of their soul task, you know, whatever the soul task of the two people is, it helps to raise the vibration of people. It helps, like, twin flames are here on Earth to help people. That's their main focus. The striving point, and that's why I'm always saying, people ask me, why do twin flames then always want to come into union? Well, because we are one. We feel our other half missing, you know. We feel that even in our body, and no one can do anything about this. It's an urge that you have to find the other one, because it's an urge. It's like when you're missing an arm, or how can I say this? Oh my gosh, it's like when you're missing half of yourself, and you want to find the other one because you know the other one is out there. You know, and if you have met, you exactly know who the other one is. So you strive for that union all the time. And this striving brings you into your soul task, what you are here to do. Yeah. So that's why many say once both twins work in their soul task, they are moving closer to union. If they don't do their soul task, they're moving apart, you know? So it's like the more you come into your soul task, the more you are there for others, the more you are of service for others, the more the union is getting closer. Okay, this is an important factor, and that's why twin flames work on themselves so hard, because the striving point is this union, because you're loving your twin with all your heart. I mean, if you have met in 3D, it must be phenomenal. I haven't met my real twin in 3D, but I have met my fake twin in 3D, and even that was already crazy. Phenomenal, you know, in the beginning when you think this is your twin flame. So imagine this if it's your real twin, you know, it must be amazing. So you always strive for that person. Once you have met them, you cannot, you know, you want that person and no one else. So that's why, like the feminines, if they are awakened and they know, and even if they get told from the universe who that is, please watch my other talk about the signs that you get when the universe shows you. But that strive, you know, let's awaken twins not marry. Not marry. I can tell you that. Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice. An awakened twin, I have never seen an awakened twin marrying a different person in their twin flame. I've seen people who thought they have met already their twin flame, the real one, but they have met a fake one. They could marry, yes, you know, but they maybe, you know, some people on the internet, they say, oh my gosh, you know, I cannot marry my twin flame because we are so different, but I married my soulmate. Well, that's even the same, you know, because the real twin flame would feel like a real soulmate, you know, like the one you yearn for. That's your twin flame. But some people don't put labels on them. Some people think the fake twin is the real twin, and then they call the next soul that's coming after that they marry, they call that the real soulmate, but actually it's their twin flame. So we don't know these things. We cannot really say how this works, you know. But if you know who your twin is, and if you have very strong signs, everything, you do not marry someone else, because you cannot, like, you strive for that other half and you cannot give your energy to someone else. So most awakened twins, if they don't marry someone else, they stay single. They date, of course, you know, they could be in short-term relationships, but the most feminine energies I know, most of them, they make the choice to stay single too. Because, you know, for us, because I can speak of this because I'm this, even if you don't know or each other, if you have never met or touched each other, you feel married. You feel married already, so why should we marry someone else? It makes no sense, you know? And you feel married and you have this feeling, you're completely satisfied, you're completely, how can I say that? Like, imagine how you would think a married life would be, how you would feel. This is exactly the feeling you're getting, you know, you're fulfilled, you're feeling the love of your twin every day, you can feel them next to you, even if they are not there. So, and you're growing every day and you're learning to go into your soul task. And almost all of your energy is provided for that soul task, because that's the main thing why you're here. You're not here to find your twin flame and marry. This is a nice, you know, side thing that can happen. But I always say that it depends on your soul contract before you incarnate, what the both of you put in that contract, and the universe won't tell you. Because if you would know, it could boycott the whole thing. You know, they would not tell you this. No one knows this. And that's why this strive to find each other, brings twin flames into your soul task. And that's what the universe wants, you know. So an awakened twin would never marry. They could have soulmate bonds, you know, they could have short-term relationships just in order to take their mind off, or of course they could fall in love, but like for me it's not possible. I can only tell you from my how I see that and how I can feel my twin flame bond. And there might be twin flames, feminine energies out there who can differentiate maybe the love and can love someone else, and at the same time wait for their twin flame. I can't, you know, I couldn't do this to another person. I would not. I'm more authentic, and I would not want to wear that mask, and I don't want to hurt another person, you know, by pretending to be in love with someone else. That's not my thing, you know. Okay, let's go over to the unawakened twin. The unawakened twin is mostly of the masculine. So of course they marry because they don't know that they are a twin flame. Yeah. If they are awakened, the masculine has a different, because the feminine usually awakes before the masculine. So the masculine, there's a different timeline on how they work through the process, you know. It's like the masculine goes reverse the process, the feminine goes. So the more the feminine strives to get into her soul task, the more the masculine comes into this awakening stage. Yeah. And that's why the masculine usually awakens on how fast the feminine goes into her soul task. So if the masculine is unawakened, I don't have to say much, because of course they could be married. That's why many meet each other, you know, when by accident, because the universe always brings twins together on the path. They have to meet. Yeah. But there could be soul contracts, like for the famous twin flames, where there is no meeting involved. That it's just enough to exchange the energies of the energy pool. Maybe the energy pool of famous twins are more strong or more interchangeable, like we feel more married even if we have not seen each other in 3D. I don't know. These are things I can only say from my experience. I cannot talk about other twin flames here, okay? But I can talk about how it would feel, you know, what I heard also from others, you know. So once the masculine awakens to the journey, and I cannot talk about much about this because I'm not a divine masculine. I don't know how my divine masculine exactly feels because we haven't talked. But I can assume, or I talked to some other masculines that have met in 3D, that are twin flames, you know, that they feel the same urge. If they are unawakened, they always had the feeling, that's what they told me, that they're missing out on something. There is some part missing. Yeah, they have the feeling there is something missing, and when they are in a relationship, they are never satisfied. There is always this missing factor, and that's why these relationships or these marriages, they break after some time with the unawakened twin, you know. And with the awakened twin, I think it's the same like here, you know, because if you're awakened, if you know who your twin flame is, or if you know some, you know, for famous twin, that someone is out there who is exactly your other half, you strive to meet that person, because that's what brings you again into your soul task. Yeah. But for non-famous, I want to talk about non-famous twins, where the possibility of meeting each other is very high, and also the possibility that you have met each other is very high. You know, you always meet on your path. So it would not make sense. It could be that the awakened, like if the unawakened twin, the masculine, awakens to the journey, he still is not ready to accept the journey. Yeah, the feminine might have accepted it. They are single, they don't marry, they feel the love, they want to learn, you know, they want to go into their soul task. It could be that the masculine is denying, because that's usually how it goes. The masculine is denying the journey. The masculine is saying, no, I don't want this, you know, and they just marry someone else. This could be, you know. So you could be marrying an unawakened masculine, of course, you know. So, or you could also marry an awakened masculine. So for the unawakened masculine, there will be a time when your masculine is awakening to the journey while you are married to this twin flame. So now you would ask me, well, then everyone can be a twin flame. Yeah, of course, you know, but then you would really know, because your person turns spiritual from one moment to the other or becomes completely a different person. Yeah, this is what happens if an unawakened twin suddenly awakens in a marriage. There is something happening. It would be, you know, some big event must be happening for you know, the universe brings in one big event. So this could be that they meet someone else, you know, and they realize, oh my gosh, this is my divine feminine, because the universe brings the divine feminine to the divine masculine in order to awaken them. Yeah, but then you're married to them. Yeah, that's not nice, you know. So because the energy and this bond between the two is unbreakable, that means as soon as the two of them meet, it's like they're finding their missing piece. So what would you do if you are, you know, of course, the masculine is someone that's not leaving. Like if they would be in a relationship and they meet their feminine, you know, a masculine, that's what part of this twin flame journey is. The masculine stays, of course, in that marriage. The masculine seldom like awakens and then goes, oh my gosh, I found my feminine, now I leave my marriage behind and I marry. No, that's not how it works. That's why many masculines are married in 3D and they are unawakened. It's because that's the point why they cannot leave and they cannot be with the twins. That's a how do you say, you know, that's a push and pull from both ends. That's why it is like this, you know. So and knowing that only 10, 15, 20% of, you know, are twin flames, that's like very seldom, you know, to happen. And you would realize it if a person awakens to the universe, you know. But if you have an awakened twin, I don't know if the masculine would talk about this, you know. If the masculine is awakened, they don't talk in their surroundings about this, because for them, that's the factor, they cannot make sense of it, and they usually have a big goal. Like the masculine has a goal, what they do. Let's take a famous masculine. Famous masculine has the goal to make money. They want to strive, you know, they want to heal people with their fame. That's why maybe, you know, they become famous, because they want to heal people with that. So this is their soul task. It could be that the fame is their soul task. It could be that the fame is not their soul task. But usually for the famous twin flames, the fame, whatever they're doing, their art, whatever they are famous for, this is their soul task. Yeah, so they don't leave the soul task behind. And that's why the masculine doesn't leave his construct. He has to learn this. Yeah, in all the process, the feminine has to learn to be on her own, to be individually striving for her own, not to be dependent on another person, and to go into her soul task, heal people with whatever the soul task is, and to be fine on her own. You know, this is the journey of the divine feminine, to lead with the knowing the masculine in her heart. The masculine's soul is either they are in their soul task or they go into their soul task, and their task is also to free themselves from any circumstances around them to be with the divine feminine. That's how it is. So now you can imagine how it would be to marry a twin flame. Yeah, you could either be in that construct if you're a karmic, you know, when the masculine is awakening, but then the whole after, what comes after their awakening, is the process of this divine feminine and this divine masculine. So it's all the universe deciding what happens. And if they have met in 3D, the twins always meet. They always meet after 5 years, after 3 years, you know, they cross paths, they meet, and then they go apart again, you know, in order to learn. And it could be like for us famous twins that we do our process alone, but we still know this is part, you know. If you have a famous awakened twin, they know this. They exactly know this, you know, and they also do their part. And they also have to learn to break out whatever holds them apart from their feminine. They have to break out. That's part of their learning process, to break out of this machinery. Because the awakened divine masculine has to learn to be free and to do their soul task and to accept the love of the divine feminine and to accept this bond as their own. Because usually the masculine doesn't want that bond, because it's very, very crazy energy. They feel it and they cannot make sense of it, you know, they run from it. That's why you say sometimes the masculine is the runner and the feminine is the chaser, because the feminine loves this energy. For the feminine, this energy feels home. For the masculine, this energy feels almost like, oh my gosh, what's this, you know? So they run from it most of the times, yeah, but they have to learn to change their surroundings to it. So I don't know why I put these thingies here. So for the masculine, it depends if they are unawakened or if they are awakened. Yeah. So let's say you meet someone and they are an awakened twin. They would not tell you. They would not tell you, oh yeah, I have a twin flame out there. You know, we meet each 3 years and then, I don't know, I have a hard time getting away from that person and I want to meet her, but I know I have a family and I want to marry you. You know, it's like, they would never tell. They would keep that for themselves, you know. We're talking about a masculine in 3D. Yeah, but now let's see if we have an awakened twin who is famous. And you all want to marry this twin. You have to be okay. And I'm just saying this, you know, because I have never thought how strong the energy exchange between the two souls is. Between, not the two souls, between the two people with that one soul energy. Yeah, but basically you could also call it two souls because it's two people, you know. But how you call it, you know, I don't want to put labels on it. That's how I see it. Sometimes I call it how I want, you know. But it's a pool energy. And sometimes energy go over to this side and to this side. So, you know, and you realize it. It's like I can predict stuff that belongs to me. I can predict on my twin flame. Like, you know, I can see my energy and I can, like, because you share energy that's the same and you share energy that's opposite of each other, you know. And the opposite of each other during the process, it's like parts of you go over there and parts of him go over to you. So it's like you experience strange things happening, you know, totally things like if you would be pregnant, for example. Let's talk about some small things that I could talk about. It's about eating habits. Yeah, eating habits change first, and that's a funny thing. It's like if you would be pregnant, you know, the only thing when your eating habits change drastically, and I'm not talking about you liking another kind of chocolate or so. It's like eating habits. For example, I can talk about myself. I didn't like meat with any kind of, how do you say, what is it called? Fat on it, you know? I always cut the meat. I always cut the meat from the meat, the fat from the meat, you know? I didn't eat it. And I always put it away. What I also did, I never, ever in my life, because I'm very small and tiny, and I have a small stomach, I could never eat like a whole pizza, or I could never eat a whole plate full. And I always left, like in 40 years of my being here on earth, I always left, and this was known, people knew that from me, I was left a bit on my plate because I couldn't eat it, you know, it was too much. So when my twin flame came in, this completely changed. I suddenly ate meat with fat and I liked it. And I was like, what's wrong with me now? It's like when you're pregnant, you know, you suddenly begin to eat things that were not typical for you, but for the other person. And I loved meat, and I ate like meat with a lot of fat in it. Not a lot of fat, but you know, these, yeah, you know, the stuff you eat with the ramen and things, you know, I don't know how to say it because English is not my first language, but you understand. And I'm suddenly beginning to like those things. And I was, what is wrong with me? Because I never did this. Like if someone from my exes would notice, they would go like, what's wrong with you? Who are you? You are not yourself, you know, things like that, eating habits. And I can tell you a funny story because I want to put one story of mine into here. You know, when I awakened to my twin flame journey in 2017, I told you it was in August, and it was when a rainbow appeared at 20:02. That's 8 o'clock and 2 minutes in German time. It's called 20:02. And I shot a picture because I don't know, I saw that rainbow, and there were rainbows before, but I don't know why I took a picture of that rainbow. I took a picture of that rainbow. That picture I have in my camera. It's 20:02, and with that rainbow, that was the first You know, after that rainbow, like my whole life completely changed. Like, and in that time, I was also being the first time apart from my fake twin for more than 2 or 3 weeks. It was like a very hard time for me. I was crying every day because the fake twin connection is like this runner chaser, dependent, toxic connection. It's very hard to get away from this, but I wanted to make it, I wanted to make it to get away from that person. And it was really hard for me. And it was the longest time I was away from that person. And I couldn't eat much because, it was very hard for me. I couldn't eat much the whole time in these 3 weeks. And I asked a friend, what can I eat to make my stomach full, but not to have this feeling of fullness? I don't know how to explain. I asked something that I liked, I asked friends, what can I eat that I would like, but it's not, I always would be happy to eat it every day. So they told me, well, why don't you eat, because it was August, and there were a lot of melons. So I eat these sugar melons. I went to the supermarket. I got these sugar melons with the ham, where you put them around. This is Italian appetizer, where you have this sugar melon, and you put the ham on it, bacon or ham, and you eat it raw. And I really like this, and I was buying that every day. And every day for like 4 weeks in a row, or 5 weeks or 6 weeks, I don't know. I just ate this watermelon. Like, I lost weight too. It was a good thing to lose weight. But I was really happy to eat this every day because I couldn't eat full meals because I was, very much in my head about the whole journey, about the whole getting away from that person. So, when that rainbow appeared, I ate melon with this ham all the time, every day. And everyone told me, why are you doing this? And I don't even know why I did this. Well, I knew then, when last year in the soup happened, I knew then why I ate 4 weeks this melon and the ham. Because that was the time, when in the soup, that was the time when Tangi talked about him eating this melon with this ham. And I thought, when I heard this the first time, I fell from my chair, like literally, like this is one of the things. And I have these signs like a lot, and you have heard me talking about a lot of these signs, and that we do the same. And the funny thing is, he was composing this Blue and Gray song. He was sitting in this canoe asking, where is his angel? And then, he was talking how he suddenly, out of nowhere, likes melon and ham. And you eat it to wine. And it's a European food. It's something Italian, Spanish, I think. And, or the origin. So I was like, no way. And in this moment, I knew he was awakened. Because I ate that food when I awakened. And I told you, you always knew the things as a twin flame. You always know the things when you look back. You don't know the things when they are happening. Like when I was eating melon, I didn't even know that Kim Taeyong was my twin flame. I didn't even know that me eating melon was a sign that appeared like 4 years later or 3 years later in a TV show that would tell me, oh my gosh, I did that too when I awakened. So I'm pretty sure this was a sign for me that my unawakened twin is awakened to the journey. I know that for sure now. So now, he is awakened. So he is like me in this point. And the more they are awakened, the more the soul energy radiates, and the more, you get energy from your person. So for me, signs I see without me getting more, like more habits that he has, The funny thing is, sometimes I watch readings on other tarot channel, and it's completely the energy of my twin, and I'm just watching his readings, I'm like, okay, I know what's going on, It's like so funny. It's like I'm choosing a pile, and then it's not me, and I'm like wondering, why did I choose that pile? This is not me. But at the same time, it's like crazy resonating to his end and also to my end. So I know exactly that this is his energy, So that's very interesting. So, the pool of energy changes like all the time. You get habits that the other twin has, and, so imagine marrying this twin flame. You have to, you have to be ready that your person gets the soul energy also from their twin. So that means you are married to two people. Just saying, you have to be okay. If your twin is awakened to it, it depends on what they know and how much they know and how much they are in the journey, how much they accepted the journey, because only the feminine who accepts the journey is not marrying. I'm not talking about the feminine who doesn't accept the journey, who wants to leave the journey away. So once you accept the journey, they won't send you anyone. The universe won't send you also no guy, because you accepted the journey. You told the universe, no, I'm in the soul energy. I'm with my twin. You also cannot get out of the soul energy. Even if the masculine doesn't accept the journey and wants to marry someone else, he can do that. But the universe is like pushing that person with the twin like all the time, So this is like marrying a twin flame. You have like a person that has also the soul energy of another one in their energy, okay? So it could be that from one day to another, your person suddenly likes different tastes in food, or your person suddenly, I don't know, becomes lazy when they were not lazy before, or their character could change like from one second to another. And this is not possible. Like, of course married people grow with each other, and I'm not talking that once you marry a person they stay forever like the way you married them. Oh my gosh, no. You always as a couple, also when you're married and also as a person, it is important to grow in your life. I'm not talking about this, because this is also happens for other people. But it will never happen that your person becomes a completely like 180 degrees turned person. But for a twin flame, it could. And then you wake up one day and you ask yourself, why did I marry this person? Because they're not who they are. Because mostly maybe 50% of the energy of the twin is already with them. And, it doesn't mean that this the masculine is changing to the feminine and vice versa. No, it's just that the masculine can grab energies of the feminine when they need it, and the feminine can grab energy of the masculine when they need it. How that functions, you cannot control this. This is what your soul does. Your higher selves in the 5D realms, they grab that energy for you, because they know what's going on in your 3D life, and they will grab their energy if you need it. So you cannot, in 3D, you cannot control this. But you see it happening. I see it happening now, and it's fascinating. It's just crazy. So now you understand why many divine feminines who are awakened, and even many divine masculines who are awakened, who are twin flames, don't want this bond, because they don't know if they would ever end up together happily, because they don't know when the process is finished. That means almost your whole life you're in this process. Almost your whole life you're learning. Almost your whole life you have to do the soul task. And the love for each other is always there. But, for us 3D people, it's hard to grab. What should that love bring you? Or what should that love mean to you if the person is not in your life? And this is what both of them have to accept. That sometimes the soul contract says you will never meet at all in life again, or at all. And then accept that you walk this journey, and that's why many of us struggle to accept this journey, and struggle because we know we might never give the same love. We are not able to give the same love to someone else other than our twin flame. And that's why it is romanticized. Now you can imagine why all these people that, especially in famous twin flames, because, most, not most, but a lot of twin flames are famous because their soul task, they can spread wider. It makes more sense to be famous when you are a twin flame, because your soul task can spread wider a lot, So now you can imagine that it's very hard for a real twin to accept this, and to know, okay, I might never find my other half. And that's why also on the internet, it's romanticized. It's like, oh my gosh, when they find each other, that's the best, Yes, it is, but it's not said that they meet in this life. It's not said if they, some people say if they are incarnated together at the same time, it's very highly possible that they meet. I hope so, but I don't know. That's just a saying. But now you can imagine what it means being married to a twin flame if you are not their twin? You know? I think it's very clear now why it is so romanticized also on the internet. Yeah, because it's the ultimate goal. It's the ultimate what you can get. It's like, you know, one soul becoming one again. But as I said before, you never know this. The soul contract says this. And, you know, both of the twins, the feminine could stay single forever and she has to be okay with it. And the masculine could be in a marriage forever, but he's always missing out on someone. Always. That's not changing, guys. You know, he's always looking, like for Tangi, he's always looking for his angel. Yeah, you could tell him, well, your angel is not real, but you don't know how much he knows about this stuff. So we can only assume that, you know. But now you can imagine why it is very hard. And now, now you understand why I don't understand why so many out there want to marry my twin flame, you know. That's just because they don't understand the whole thing around this, you know. And yeah, hopefully, you know, what I'm saying, the most important thing of the two twins is that they heal people. The most important thing is for me also to do my soul task, to be happy, to be okay with the journey, to not have pain so much that I'm missing out on my twin, because this is very much so, you know, you feel your twin all day. The masculine feels more. I have him more in my head, like I know what he's thinking, and he probably knows what I'm thinking. But the masculine is more feeling the twin in their heart, and the feminine is more feeling the twin in their mind. So it's you know, sometimes it's really hard being a twin flame. And I know for myself, I can never love someone else. And this is not something that I made up, or, you know, I'm older. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not obsessionate about a person. You know, I'm not a teenager anymore. I had a 10-year relationship. I was almost married to a person. I know what it feels like to be in a connection. I know what it is. And I feel married to my person, you know, and I know now why all my other relationships, even if they were really, really long and everyone was thinking I'm going to marry another person, why they did not end on a basis, why they had to break up, because I have a twin flame out there. And I could never do this to another person and tell them I love them so if I have my twin flame that I love with all my heart. I cannot share this love, you know. This is, maybe some feminines can do that. Maybe they are able to share this love, but still it would feel like betrayal, guys. And I think this is the same for the masculine if they are awakened, if they know about the journey. It's like they have to accept not running away from this big, big love anymore, into going into their soul task, healing people, and being okay with their journey, you know. So now I talked again a whole 50 minutes. My readings, our talkings are always that long. You see how I share my heart out, guys. You know, I could just not talk about this. I could put this all in my heart. There are people out there who watch these readings who don't believe a word I'm saying. That's fine. You know, that's one of the things I have to accept. It doesn't, you know, I can bash, or I can try to explain myself or try to make you see, but it's not on my end to make you see. It's on the end of the universe. If the universe doesn't want to make you see, then that's fine. You know, you have to go your own way, and you have to experience, you know, marrying a twin flame, because it could happen that you cross paths with, for example, with my divine masculine, and it could be that you cross path with another twin flame. I just want to tell you how it feels, you know. It's you. I think you understand. I think I don't have to explain more about this. You know, I think you understand now why everyone wants to be a twin flame also, who's not even a twin flame, because they romanticize the whole thing. And yeah, you know, I can only share my knowledge. This is all I know so far. And you know, during the journey you learn more and more and more and more. It's like it's a progress that goes on. So maybe I can tell you about this next year more, You know, this is never finished. It could also be that I say, oh no, you know, the feminines, once they do their soul task, they forget the masculine and they marry someone else. I don't think so, you know, but who knows, maybe in 10 years I'm saying this, you know, but I don't think, I think I know a lot already about the twin flame bond. Yeah, okay, so this is all what I'm having for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Please be nice in the comments to me, because for me sharing this, it's not easy, guys, you know, and for me having this famous twin that everyone wants to marry, it's not easy also. You know, it's not easy for me to talk about these things. Knowing that 70% would not believe a word I'm saying, you know, it's not easy to speak up for a person then, you know, because if you know that when you speak up, like 70% of the people out there, they think you're stupid, why should you share it? But that's the point, you know, I'm not backing up. I'm not a person that says, oh, just because 70% of you don't believe a word I'm saying and they want to marry my twin flame, I have to hold back with the info. No, I think it's even more interesting, and I'm doing this for all my other purple lights that I consider purple lights on my channel that are in a bond with a famous twin, that get in these information, you know, that get in the same signs as I did, and is one of the rare people, maybe has never expressed themselves on my channel. Maybe they never wrote anything under the videos, but they still could be a twin flame of someone famous. I think I can help those people, you know, and I can also shed light to all of you who know about this romanticized vision of the twin flame, which it is not. You know, it's a very hard process. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not that the rider comes on the horse and marries you. It would be nice, because then it would all, you know, be easy. But that's not how the twins are structured. That's not how their mindset functions. Because then all the twin flames would, you know, as soon as they know who the other one is, they would run and jump into union, you know, then they could not hold themselves. No, it's because the circumstances also of the masculine. The masculine cannot leave. You know, the masculine is usually born into an environment where he cannot leave. So that makes sense for a famous twin, you know, having a contract, not being able to rush out of this bubble that they're living in, you know, or the divine masculine having a family, being married to someone else, having children, being a very responsible person, because that's what all masculines are. They're not leaving their wife behind just because they met their twin. You know, those are very, very successful people, the masculines. I'm not saying the feminines are not, but it's usually the other way around. The masculine is usually very high up, has a lot of money, has a structure already structured, while the feminine is always left alone, like the, you know, always trying to find a job and, you know, something like that, striving, nothing is really working out in their life. That's because they have to learn to believe in themselves. While the masculine had all this, you know, it's a different journey. They already have their construct. They have to learn to be this free warrior, to break out of their bubble where they live in. And they usually are in big constructive bubbles. The more the soul energy, the stronger the twin flame, guys, the more these shifts are. The more the feminine and the masculine is different. That means, you know, if the masculine is famous, you can imagine me. You know, can imagine me like having not an easy time, especially in relationships, and I had depression and everything. You know, the more high up the masculine is, the more the feminine has to strive more for her job, for her everything in life. You know. Maybe you understand. It's not that they are in the same level. They are like this and they have to go down like this. And that's when they could meet. And there's a possibility if their soul contract is saying this, you know. That's what, you know, because some of you ask, well, if he knows that you are his twin flame, why is he not contacting you? Why is he not coming to you? Well, he's probably denying it, you know. I'm not fitting in his concept of who he wants to marry, probably. You know, so that's why they at the beginning, when they don't accept the journey and they know who the person is, they deny everything, because twins also have very different energy. They're not the same, yes, from the looks and everything. It's like when they meet, that's totally their type. But before, there's like so many differences, like religion, age, something where the masculine, that's a very safe player, says nope, too much work, too much risk. And that's why they're not moving towards the feminine. They have to do their own process. And once they free themselves from these mindsets of society, of people, that's when this union is happening, you know. And that's when, if you're married to a masculine, you know, it's air. I cannot say it differently, you know. I can tell you for sure, I know the universe takes the relationships also away. Sometimes you cannot even do something. Like, but for me, I made a choice that I told to the universe, I said, I don't want anyone. You know, maybe you can also be an awakened divine feminine who can talk to the universe, please send me one. But then they would send you like crazy karmics who, because you're so dependent on having someone, you know, they would not send you your twin. They would send you karmics for more learning lessons. And no, you want to avoid that, you know, no more, not much more of that stuff. Okay, so that's all what I can tell you. I'm talking for 1 hour now. Hope this makes sense. So please subscribe to my channel. Please give it a like, guys. And please be nice in the comments. Bye.